So is this like the one where you go like the AN -1 thing? Or... Is it just present value?
And so the AN thing is like the annuities, right?
Yeah. So is the purchase date then the 14th of August?
Purchase date. Let's see. Now, why are we interested in the purchase date?
It says that they charge interest from the purchase date to the last day of the month.
Interest is charged at the end of each month. Compounded daily.
So wouldn't that mean the 23.25% per annum? You'd have to divide by 365
Mm-hmm.
and then times that by the amount of days and then by the amount of debt she has. So what if she has an opening balance of 200, she spends 312. Does that mean that you do whatever 23.25% divided by 365 is times what, 17 days? And then that times by 112. Would that be right?
Okay, so so there's three. There's like how the daily interest works. You're right. You divide by 365, right? And then you add one to it, and then sort of you take it to the power of how many days, yeah?
Why do you have to add one to it?
Because you want to increase something, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
You times it by 0.5, it's going to halve it. You want to times it by 1.5, it'll go plus half, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, so it'd be like 112 times
like
one.
1 point, it should be like 1.0012 or something. You know, like it should be like 1 point, some really small number, decimal. Like 20 divided by 365. Like say 36 divided by 365. It's like 1 in 10, right?
Yeah.
It's like 0.1, but it's already a percentage, so it's going to be like 0.0000,
So it's like 0.000369
yeah.
863.
Yeah, so it should be 1.00, you know, like it should be like three zeros.
Yeah. And then you do 112 times 1 plus that. And then to 17. So it becomes like 112 times 1 plus the decimal to the power of 17.
Wait, is it saying that she spent $112 on shoes?
No, it says 312, but she only had $200 in her account. So wouldn't that mean that she's $112 in debt?
So is the amount like how much she spent on the shoes or how much is total?
There's only two there. So there's the opening balance at the start of the month, which was $200. So I'm guessing that's like what she had in the account. And
Mm,
then her first purchase date, which was
mm,
$312.
yeah. It's weird because it's 312 is a lot to be spending on shoes, but at the same time, like your credit card balance doesn't usually accumulate the total for you, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm. So if we assume she bought the shoes for $312, yeah?
Yeah. Is
Oh.
it 17 days between the 31st and the 14th,
Yeah, so
or is it 18?
So 14, if you start counting at 14, it'll be 18.
Yeah.
So I think the interest will be charged at the end of the day, so it should be 18, yeah.
So is it meant to be 312 instead of 112? Are you meant to do the whole thing?
Let's not worry about that as so much as like let's assume one of them and see what to do, yeah? Because that part is not really the important part, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So which
So
one?
let's assume that she's got $200 from just being there. So maybe you could even assume that she bought a handbag for $200 even, and then she bought shoes for $312.
Yeah.
How would that calculation go? And if you know that, then the issue is just a matter of how the statement is presented, which is not really our concern.
So that are you saying then it'd be like 500 times the rate?
Yeah, but it's not, right? So, see, this is where we have to highlight the math problem here. So it's not 500 times the rate. Like it is for the last 18 days, but it isn't for the first 14 or whatever.
Oh, so you say so it's like just 200 times the rate for 14 days.
Yeah, so if you want, you can actually do it like 200 times the rate for the whole month and 300 times the rate for the 14, 15, for the 18 days.
Oh, so you have to like combine them.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that's the same as if you did 200 for 14 days and 500 for 18 days.
But isn't the opening balance the money that she has, and then the purchase is what she has going out?
Well, if that's the case, they wouldn't be recorded like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it should be like minus 312 plus 200, you know what I mean? Or yeah, I don't know if you've ever used a credit card, but like credit card's a funny thing. It's basically has there's one rule to being having a credit card. Like if you're dumb, don't use it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Or like be careful when you use it. Because it's a crazy debt that people rack up.
Yeah. Okay, so that means you have to go 200 times 1 plus your 8 or 14. That equals 201.79. And then you have the 312. Which equals 315.91. Oh, and then to get the minimum payment is that you have to go the first purchase minus the opening balance, which would be like 115. That's just not right. It's like 519. How do you work out the minimum payment then?
What's the rule for the minimum payment?
Just not sure.
It tells you there, right?
On the thing. Oh, 1.5 closing balance. Okay, so 1.5 over 100 times 519. Equals like 7.79. Okay. Is that right? 7.79.
What is
The minimum payment.
$7.79?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So roughly, so if you had $500 in there, having 24% interest would be like 2% a month. So, I mean, 2%, the interest wouldn't be very significant after 1 month, right? So you're really just working out what's 1.5% of $512. 1% is 500 is $5, and 0.5% is therefore $2.50. So it's roughly going to be at $7.50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess people are always like, yeah, that's how they get you, you know?
Yeah.
That's how they get you, like as if it's always just them that's evil, you know? It's really really a partnership. It's both the greed of the banker, but also the stupidity of the person, right?
Yeah.
It's never good to play the victim, and it's kind of what makes it even profitable to be so greedy, right? People are all a little bit more uh, more aware, a bit smarter maybe as well then this kind of behavior wouldn't even be rewarded.
And
Okay.
make money is just straight annuities, I think. Well,